Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. Today I'm going to be discussing Jazz Samba, the new release from the Acoustic Sounds Verve Jazz Series. And I have a speaker's corner to compare it to as well. So we'll discuss all that in a second. Before I get started, if you haven't already, please think of subscribing. Hit like, subscribe, and notification so you can be sure to get notified of any new content that comes up. So this is a 1961 release on the Verve label. Stan Getz, of course, had been recording for years, but had been going through a bit of a slump in terms of record sales. There's a very interesting presentation from Impex Records, who are doing a one-step of Getz Gilberto. And in that presentation, Stan Getz's son talks about this period in Stan's life and how Charlie Byrd came to Stan with this idea of doing something with the bossa nova, which he had heard while he was in Brazil. And Stan said, yes, let's try it. So they put together this first album, Jazz Samba, and it was a huge success. And it was followed by several other bossa nova albums, including Getz Gilberto, and put Stan Getz back in the limelight and the bossa nova on the map in America. So I remember seeing this record everywhere back in the 60s. A lot of people had it that weren't even into jazz because it is such an easy listen, and it evokes a nice tropical samba kind of mood, and I'm sure it got a lot of play at parties as background music. But for serious listeners, it offers a lot. And I've always loved this album. I love the music. The sound, I think, is a step below what they achieved on Getz Gilberto. But it's still no lesser because of it. The musical content overrides any minor quibbles about the sound of the recording. But the two releases I have, now this one is the Speaker's Corner, which is produced in Germany. This is most likely all analog from a copy tape, as most of the Speaker's Corners are. Very nice sounding record. I've enjoyed it immensely. It's presented quite well. I'm going to show you some of this in close-up, but it's a high gloss cover, as it should be, as it was originally presented. The reproduction on the iconic artwork is a minor quibble I have about the new one. On this one, and you'll see this in close-up, there's much more detail. It comes off a little orange-red, which I think is accurate, but you can see brush strokes and stuff in the painting. It looks like it's supposed to look. Very nice, very nice. Reproduction inside. This photo is done very well. They get progressively lighter. I think that was a design choice, and looks really good. It looks very nice. The labels are reproductions of Verve labels from that period, the black label. And the new one, one thing I want to show you is the height difference. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit. But the the AS Acoustic Sounds is about a ½ inch taller. So that is Stoughton style gatefold packaging. This one's a bit heavier, a bit more robust. Looks really nice. When it first arrived, I thought the painting looked a little dark, honestly, but actually in good lighting, it looks fine. I'm not sure which is more accurate, but it seemed to me that this lost a little detail. But that could be, I don't know. That could be the way it was. I don't have an original to tell you, but it looks very, very nice either way. Inside it's matte tip-on. You can actually see where it was pasted on here. Reproduction looks pretty good. I noticed in another review that I just watched, and I wanted to give a shout out to the creator, Cameron Evans, who has a channel. It's under his name, but his series is called Analog Alley, and he just did a review. It was released a few minutes ago. I was kind of waiting to see what he thought about his comparison with the VMP release. So I urge you to check that out. He presents this material very well, and I really enjoy his videos very much. He mentioned about the cropping, and I hadn't noticed it before, but on the AP or the AS, it's cropped a little bit tight here. But other than that, I think either one looks really nice. I think the AS is a little more snow white. It's very, very white. This one is just a little touch off white. But beautiful. Either one is beautiful. But it really comes down to the sound. So does the AP improve over the S? The AS, okay, this is getting confusing. Okay, AP, AS. I often say AP because Acoustic Sounds is so involved with analog productions. It's the same thing, but it's not. So this series is not an AP release. It's an Acoustic Sounds release put out by UME with Chad overseeing the production. The new one is mastered by Ryan Smith at Sterling from the original master tape. So you would expect to have an improvement in sound, and you do. You do. Personally, on this record, I always found the sound a little bit, not muddy, but a little less clarity than the later records that he put out. I think less time was spent on the recording on this particular album, but what is there is presented very well on the Acoustic Sound Series release. Individual details are a little more prominent. The record has a bit more vibrancy than the Speaker's Corner, but honestly, it took a little while to go back and forth and really detect significant differences. They are not a wide difference. It is significant to someone that's really listening for it, and we all are. So I do consider the Acoustic Sound Series release an upgrade, and it'll probably be my preferred listening copy, but I will not let go of either one of them. I think the Speaker's Corner offers a nice sound too, a little bit more set back. The Acoustic Sound Series is a bit more vibrant, and the extra clarity is evident in Charlie Byrd's guitar work, some of the percussion, and so forth. Brushes sound a little bit more clear rather than a wash of sound. It's better overall, and really, if you're looking for the best 33 copy that's been reissued in recent years between the Speaker's Corner and apparently the VMP, according to Cameron, and this one, I think you'll probably find that this one is the best of the three. The other issue in this album is the 45 edition, which is mastered by George Marino and was part of AP's 45 series, Verve 45 series. Based on my experience with several of those, mostly the vocal ones, but I do have a few that are instrumental ones as well. George Marino knocked it out of the park on that series, so I highly suspect that the 45 is the best sounding copy. I don't have one to tell you that for sure, but if you are interested in getting the very finest copy, you definitely have to consider that one. because based on my experience with George Marino's mastering of those Verve tapes, he did a superb job. So that combined with 45 and RTI, I think will be the ticket for the best sounding copy. But in the here and now, for the $40, $36 to $40 range, there is no choice. This is a beautiful, beautiful reissue and very worthy of following up Getz Gilberto. I think it's done very well, and I don't see anyone being disappointed with it. So that is my thought on Jazz Samba from the Acoustic Sound Series. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Scott for the Pressing Matters. Have a great day.